A couple of special advanced features that you can use are on GarageBand, the guitar amp as you see it. So if I go back in, GarageBand Guitar Amp, and I select that one as my loop, this one has a prerequisite. You got to be able to connect your guitar or whatever other electronic instrument you want to the device. Now, I purchased a couple years back an Alesis I/O dock. That's this thing right here. It was about $200, but since this is my profession, it was well worth it. I use it with my students, and it is a great way to connect all of my music inputs, all the different types of inputs that I have for music, into the device, so I can use it as a mini recording studio. Now you will hear my live playing in a moment on my guitar as I have it set up for my amp. It's set up through my system, my school system, my sound system. So you probably won't have that. You'll still have the regular speakers, or I would strongly recommend using a pair of headphones when you do the recording on this and with any other mic'd possibilities. So I'm going to get my guitar. I'm going to get this set up first. Before you can use this one, you really kind of have to know what you're doing with the song, where it's going, what your chord progression is, and what you want to do. I'm going to be using a great song from the rock era, Sweet Home Alabama, so I already know my chord progression. But I'm going to first go to this little symbol in the upper right-hand corner that looks like a wrench. My song is not in the key of C, so I need to go in and switch it from C, which was the original setting, to G, because that's my chord structure. So my chord structure is a little bit different. If you don't quite know what I'm talking about, go back in and check some of my other video tutorials regarding chord progressions. The more advanced settings will explain that. When that's done, I also need to go in and reset my tempo, because the standard tempo in here is faster than the one that I use on my song. So I can either tap it to get the right tempo, and it'll automatically recognize about where that is, or I can manually input it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm all set. I'm going to start the recording. You'll hear you'll hear the metronome start me off as I do this, and then I'll start playing my guitar, and hopefully, if it sounds good enough, I'll keep this recording. And there you have it, using the guitar amp and using my guitar through the Alesis I/O dock. I was able to make it sound like a real guitar. Far more advanced than the regular smart guitar settings. Another advanced feature of the Alesis I/O dock allows me to take my recordings with the microphone to a whole new level. Now, as you remember, when you go in and you use the audio recorder microphone, you can use the built-in microphone on the device, or using the I/O dock, you can plug in a more powerful mic like this studio microphone condenser that I have here. Just out of the side of the camera, I have one set up and I'm all ready to sing. The problem is, whenever you use the microphone, you need to make sure that you are using headphones, so the feedback sound that you're getting from your previous recordings doesn't get re-recorded with your microphone sounds. So I'm going to plug in my headphones, and I'm going to take the recording of Sweet Home Alabama that I just did, and you're going to hear my singing version of that as I record it. So I'll hit the record button, and then my microphone will follow along with me. One thing that I have to do is make sure that they're communicating, though. I tap this right here to make sure that it's inputted to the channel that I want it to communicate with. Now, my recording is actually an input channel 2, so I'm going to switch it to 2. And then when I go back, I also want my monitor to be on, so it is actually feeding sound through my headphones so I can hear what's going on. And you should be able to see it registering on there when I talk next to my microphone. It's showing that it's showing just a little bit. I'm going to increase my volume just a little bit as well so that it takes the sound overall. I'm going to do that both manually and then also in the back of this so that I get a little bit better feed from the microphone. Now I start. Sorry you won't hear the guitar part on this one, but you will hear my singing. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Then when your track is recorded, you can easily take your headphones out and you can hear your recording. And now you can edit it and you can have more of a dreamy sound, you can have more of a synthesized sound, or even a large sound. Let me plug in my microphone and my speakers so that you can hear the final result. Alright, let's see how this recording sounds. And if I want a little bit more of a boost, I go ahead and edit and take down my guitar and boost my voice a little bit more. And there you have it. The powers of having the Alesis I/O dock and how it allows you to do Recordio studio settings.